Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Bobby Robbins, pro hockey fighter, savage memoir writer. I wrote Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls.
What's up, guys? It's Bobby Robbins here. I'm on a special adventure right now that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm actually in Mackinaw City. I'm going to show you guys some amazing sights around here. This is my old stomping grounds, Mackinaw Island, if you've ever been there. It's my absolute favorite, most favorite spot in the entire world. Well, one of them. I'd give it top 10. I had my honeymoon there with my beautiful wife, Samantha, and we just love going there. We haven't been there in a few years, but we used to go there when we were dating. Then we would take our family there now that we have kids, and it's just an amazing spot. But right before the island is a place here, actually after the island, I should say, is a place called Mackinaw City. And this place is awesome. And usually in the summer, this place is juiced and people running around everywhere. But I don't know if you can tell, it is freezing right now. It's October 24th, and I'm on a great adventure right now. I'm heading up to Ontario. I'm heading to a game, actually, to watch. There's a semi-pro senior league up there, and the Orangeville Blitz play in that league. And the captain of the team is a legend, a Boston Bruins and Providence Bruins legend and former teammate of mine, Tyler Randall, who also was a fighter and really scary guy. Funny story about Tyler Randall is he was 10 years younger than me. So when I came to the Providence Bruins, he was, right when I got there, he was a rookie out of the OHL. So he was a young guy, and I was already, 7-8 years into my pro career, and he just became kind of in a mentoring role, where I became the mentor and he became the mentee. And it was kind of a, hey, show Tyler Randall your tricks, show him how to be a good pro, and develop him, and at the same time he'll push you and develop you. So we had this relationship where he was the young guy, and we would fight and grapple after practice. We'd talk fight theory, we'd do conditioning skating, and all the while I was trying to serve as a mentor role and really show him how to be consistent, how to be a good pro. And it's a weird dynamic, because here you have this young guy, he wants your spot. I played a pretty big role in Providence, and that's a guy who was hungry and wanted my spot. But at the same time, I'm looked at and I want to impart wisdom on him and help him in his career. But at the same time, I know he's coming for my spot. And then there was a guy in Boston, Sean Thornton, who was an older guy than me, and I was on NHL contract in Boston. I was coming for his spot. So it's an interesting dynamic in the hockey world, but it's kind of like, you got to watch out for yourself. You got to take care of your own career. But at the same time, in order to do that and be a good pro, you have to help the next guy coming up the ranks. So Tyler Randall was that guy, and when my career ended, he was that next guy up, and he ended up making the Boston Bruins that next year out of camp, and had a great run with the Boston Bruins, had a great pro career in the AHL and the NHL, and now he's the captain of this senior team, the Orangeville Blitz. I haven't seen Tyler since I retired in 2014, so it's been 10 years, and I'm gonna go get to see Tyler. And the cool thing is Tyler Randall on the Boston Bruins was number 64, and I, Bobby Robbins, on the Boston Bruins was number 64, and then the tough guy before me on the Boston Bruins, Lane McDermott, was number 64. So we were the 3 64s, and we were all on the Providence Bruins together. We were all tough guys, and Lane ended up getting traded to Dallas, I believe, or Calgary, and that kind of opened up my spot. And then it's just, it's a crazy sport we play, but we're all friends, we're all bros. Like, we've been there, we've been in the mix together, we've been in the battle. And Lane McDermott, he's a great friend of mine, and I called him up. He lives in Ontario. I was like, dude, I'm gonna be in Ontario. So he's coming to the game. So we're having the 3 64s reuniting at the Orangeville Blitz game with Tyler Randall as the captain of the team. and it's going to be an awesome night. So that's what I'm doing. I decided to drive about 4 hours up here to Mackinaw just to split up my trip because it's about a 10-hour drive. And also just to see Mackinaw. And I'm on a great quest right now just to start my business. I published my book, I'm speaking. And so this is really my first speaking engagement. I'm going to be taking part in a mental health night at the Orangeville Blitz game. So we're going to have a roundtable discussion. There's some notable people in the hockey sphere there, in the mental health sphere. And I'm just kind of getting started in the mental health aspect of things. And that's really exciting to me. Let's go down here. That's really exciting to me because mental health plays a big factor in my story. And the funny thing about mental health is I, throughout my whole life, looked at people who were depressed or looked at people who were struggling with mental health. I always viewed them as very weak. And I was like, how can somebody let themselves fall into that? Like, what a weak person. And so that was, in all honesty, that's how I looked at that. And it wasn't until I experienced it where I realized how scary it is and how helpless somebody feels in that. So now I want to help people who are in that pit, because I've been in that pit. For me, my pit happened after I made the NHL. So 10 years I was fighting my way to the NHL. You have to read my story, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls, Secret Life of a Hockey Fighter, to find out how I started that climb. And it's a very deep look into a man facing fear and just shooting for a big dream. And hopefully it'll inspire you to chase that dream as well. But as soon as I got there, after 3 games, I got a career-ending injury. Look at this place, man. Oh, beautiful. Great Lakes. Come on. Got a career-ending injury, a concussion. Kept trying to play through a concussion, kept getting worse and worse. And eventually it led to just a complete mental collapse for me. I document that pretty graphically in my book. And my mental collapse was deep in paranoia and fear and thinking people were trying to kill me, thinking everybody was against me. You know, there was a spiritual element to it as well. The demons were coming for me. And man, it was the most difficult time in my life. And I almost died. Like, I almost committed suicide and almost killed myself. I would have been another one of those hockey fighters you read about on your website that says, oh, another enforcer dead. So that would have been me. And only by the grace of God did I pull out of that and not kill myself. It was a miracle. So my message is to help people who are in that pit. And I had a buddy who a couple weeks ago was in that pit and didn't want to live anymore. And I know there's a lot of hockey guys, ex-hockey players, who are in that place. And I think head trauma plays a part in that. Let's go over here. I think head trauma plays a part in that, in CTE, and but then there's the search for identity as well. You spend your whole life as this hockey player, and then all of a sudden, it's who are you now when hockey's done? So I want to help guys in that place, and that's what this weekend is about, mental health night. And I'm also going to be there promoting my book and just being there with the team. So I'm excited to get the 364s together. I'm excited for this adventure I'm on. And it's a cool thing just to be on the road. Man, I used to be there at that Starbucks back there. I would be there cruising this place in July when it was nice hot weather and not freezing cold. And we had some great memories up here. Oh, nice, look at these geodesic domes. So, this is just a morning walk, the old walking podcast. And I'm gonna get into mental health a little bit. I'm gonna get into just some topics. I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about, honestly. These are a new form of content I'm doing, a walking podcast. You'll have to let me know what you think of these. I like to just speak slowly. I like to speak genuinely and honestly. I feel like the internet is going like all up in your face and chop quick. We live in the culture of shorts and reels, and I do those too. I like to do a lot of those on the ice, quick clips, but I also really love long form content. I love consuming it, and I love creating it because I think it creates a connection with the audience, and you can see a genuineness, really find out who a person is. So, man, mental health. And you know, I never thought I struggled with mental health, but now looking back on it, I realized that maybe I did have some struggles with mental health. And for my whole life, I battled, let's go over here. I battled anxiety. What's up? Battled anxiety and paranoias in a lot of different regards. And I realized that that's mental health. And so I kind of existed in this state of instability. And for me, I just thought it was okay because I was always an artist, and I was into music and punk rock and writing and literature, and there was some element of madness. There was an element of appreciating and embracing the madness. And look at this guy. This is a good reminder. We're all going to be dead. We're all going to be dead someday. So you got to live it up. You got to live your life. You got to chase some big dreams. Maybe find out if there's a way to live forever. There is a way to live forever. That's part of this spirit quest we're on. We'll get into that later. Right now, mental health. So, just kind of existed in a state of madness. And I got into drugs and alcohol early in my life. I was smoking a lot of marijuana, and I loved it, but it brought me into a state of paranoia. And I'd be in a place like this. I think I may have been actually stoned here once. Yeah. And so I would be in a state where, I'd get stoned and go walk in public, and I would feel this massive anxiety and paranoia, but it was kind of like an adventure to me, What's up, man? It was like felt like I was in my own little video game or my own movie. How we doing? You want to say hi? What's up? So I always felt like that was part of the adventure for me. But now I understand like that was just mental instability and mental health issues. I don't want to feel that anymore, man. I come down here now. I'm clear-minded. I'm clear in my heart, man. And I don't have that anxiety anymore. Sometimes it still tries to pop up, but now I'm at a state where it's not consuming me, man. It doesn't consume me anymore. I'm not walking around here stoned on drugs and wondering what people think of me and thinking people are reading my mind. That was a big one for me. Just the mental battle. So now I'm all about body, mind, spirit, trying to get as healthy as I can in those three regards. Oh, you know what? Oh man, look at this. What a beaut. So, oh yeah, what a jam. What a jam. All right, so I remember being here with my little baby daughter. It's cool, and I was seeing it as this ghost town. I'm just expressing verbally some of the thoughts that I have. Look at this guy. Is this Optimus? No, Bumblebee. Bumblebee. So, that's cool, man. So I'm trying to be the healthiest version I can be, body, mind, spirit now, and make an impact. I have a story, I have a book, I have a ability to express myself and connect with people. And so that's what I'm doing now. I'm getting out there and I'm spreading my message and spreading the word, spreading the good news, and trying to help people on their journeys. because I know people are struggling out there. But it's an amazing feeling for me right now to not have anxiety. And listen, I'm going to say some stuff right now, and I promise you I'm not preaching from my high horse, because I'm always one bad decision away from falling right back into it. And I do, and I have. But I'm hoping this time is the time I don't. For me, I think about just having clear mind. I don't want chemicals in my body or my mind anymore. So for me, caffeine was a big one. What's going on? And just quitting coffee. I just talked about that Starbucks over there. Well, I was a massive coffee addict for my whole life. How we doing? And that led to a low humming anxiety. Like I'd call it like a 15% anxiety. It just created a little bit of edge. I felt like it put a veil over reality. And I had been going on and off coffee for a bunch of years, wanting to quit. I just didn't want to be addicted to it. Didn't want to anymore. But I loved it and still do love it. And my big thing was, can I control this? And for me, I couldn't. I couldn't just have one cup in the morning. I would literally drink double espresso Americanos all day long. And I always had anxiety. And then when I was drinking alcohol and smoking weed, just had anxiety. So I decided, well, what would it look like if I didn't do that? Number one, is that even possible? Number two, what would that look like? And so that's where I'm at now, trying to be clear. And I feel like I'm literally floating through another dimension. And I don't have that anxiety anymore. I don't want it anymore. So, like I said, I'm not preaching from my high horse. And I'm not saying I'll never, have a beer ever again or have a cup of coffee. I hope not for coffee, because I've been down that road. I'll quit for a month, quit for 2 months, feel amazing. I'm like, I can have one cup. I have one, and then I'm literally right back at it. I think beer, I'm okay. I could have a beer, but right now, I'm just saying, for me personally, I'm like, all right, drugs and alcohol, and that includes beer, alcohol, pot, caffeine. Those are just not a part of my life. If I'm in a situation someday where, a friend offers me a beer in a social situation where it's the right moment, I'm not going to not have it. But it's not going to be a thing where every Friday there's, for me it was Guinness, so a 4-pack of Guinness or a 6-pack of Guinness bottles. Oh, don't get me started. How delicious. But it was so easy, every Friday or every night, have a beer, have 2 beers. And that just made me tired, and it gave me anxiety. So, and the same thing with pot. Like I could easily smoke pot every night, and I have in the past. And I had anxiety. And then coffee was, for sure, first thing in the morning, coffee. And I went over the pros and cons of coffee, and I was like, all right, so coffee pros are, it gets my brain supercharged. I'm buzzing, feeling amazing, dialed in, thinking just thoughts, man, thinking thoughts. Wakes me up in the morning. Is absolutely delicious. Love the culture of it. Love the social aspect of it. Love double espresso Americanos. Oh my, don't get me started. I might relapse here in Mackinaw City. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. But the cons were, messes up my sleep. Oh, my sleep's so much better. My dreams are so vivid. They're psychedelic dreams off of coffee. When I'm on coffee, I don't dream. And I don't sleep well. A lot of restless nights. Makes my teeth yellow, which I hate that they're still yellow, but I want to start whitening them. Makes my teeth yellow, makes my breath smell bad, gives me anxiety, gives me heart palpitations if I drink too much, because I was obviously drinking too much. And I don't know, there's other cons there. It costs money. When I travel, it's like, now I gotta have, how am I gonna have my coffee? I don't wanna do instant coffee from Starbucks. I don't wanna have to buy it all the time. I want to be smart with my money. So, all right, I'll bring my French press. I'll bring my little cook stove. I'll bring my little boiling pot. It's like I have this giant bag, and then I'm buying, I want to have organic coffee. So I'm buying from Aldi's, 3 bags of organic coffee or 2 bags a week. So those are some of the cons. And the big thing for me was just anxiety and mental health. And it made me very edgy. It always put an edge on me. And whenever I was back on coffee, I was always edgy and fighting with my wife. So when I'm not on, that's the big joke. Whenever I'm on coffee, I'm edgy and we're fighting. And when I'm not on coffee, the marriage is perfect. So I think I owe it to myself. I owe it to her to try and see what it's like just to be completely clean. So again, not from a high horse. That's just what works for me. And I've drank way too many beers and smoked way too many doobies and had way too many cups of coffee in my life where, I may have exceeded my recommended dose, my lifetime dose, and no judgment here. We're all just figuring this thing out as well. But for me, right now, mental health is the most important. It's the most important thing for me. And if I'm going to do what I want to do and chase these big dreams with my book, with my business, with my speaking, with my hockey mentoring, I know that I have to be the best version of myself, body, mind, spirit. Part of that is getting out and moving for my body. That's what I'm doing now. I'm out for a walk, but I'm also, filming content. So I'm batching these habits, putting good habits together. That's from Atomic Habits. Great book. My mind, I want my mind to be sharp. I want it to be positive. And for me, for that to happen, I need to be off drugs and alcohol and sober-minded. That's the word of the day, sober-minded. And spirit is just being connected to God. I was listening to some Psalms this morning, and I try and get the Word of God into my ears every day. Meditate, just get my mind and spirit in a good spot. And then when I'm the best version of myself, I have no anxiety. It is the coolest feeling ever. And so when I'm going up to, we'll go back to, I'm rambling here. We'll go back to the Orangeville Blitz. So I'm going up to this game. I don't want to have, that's a nice looking Sprinter right there. That's not the exact one. That's the Pleasure Way. That is what I'm going to get. I've been looking and just dreaming big, and the Sprinter Interstate GL, that's my dream, and we're going to make that a reality. And I know that part of that is creating content, getting my word out there. So it's all connected. And I've been here. I was telling my wife about this, so I'll get this in the shot. Let me get a shot of this. I was like, you remember when we were like 20 years old? Well, she was 20, I was 25. We went out and we tied one on at the Dixie Saloon. Here, we'll do a selfie. And she's like, I don't remember going out there. I was like, well, yeah, I barely do either. That's where we were at, the Dixie Saloon. I remember it, kinda. All right, what was I saying? We got the Airstream. I'm getting the message out. And man, for me to be clear-minded with this big goal of being, a best-selling author, being a speaker, and going on these events. Hey, if you want to come have me speak at your event, get in touch with me. So I'm going up to the Orangeville Blitz for Mental Health Awareness Night, and what a cool opportunity to make an impact. And when I go there, when I walk up there and meet the owner of the team, when I go and I go in the locker room and meet the players, I don't want to have anxiety, man. I don't want to have it anymore. It's not worth it to me. I think that's the key. Yeah, I love my coffee. I love those other things, but it's not worth it for me to have anxiety. And those things, for whatever reason, for me, cause anxiety and cause issues in my mental health. So right now, my mental health is what's very important. So I'm going to the Orangeville Blitz game. The 64s are, how much time we have here? 25 minutes. The 364s are reuniting, and it is going to be amazing to see these guys. And we're all old men now with kids and families, but Tyler's still playing and captain of the team, which is cool. And I'm just excited. And this is all just a part of my journey here. How we doing? Good. This is all just a part of my journey here as I start this YouTube channel, Bobby Robbins Pro, and start spreading the message. So this is the ferry that goes from Mackinaw City to Mackinaw Island. Oh man, we're gonna do a trip to Mackinac Island. We're gonna do a Mackinac Island trip for sure. I can't wait. All right, let's see where this goes. This is just, that's for the ferry. We'll go this way. So I'm gonna be doing more of these travel type walking podcasts, walking videos. Let me know what kind of content, how we doing? Good. Let me know what kind of content you want to see, because I am putting it out there. No more fear. Look at this beauty. That thing's awesome. Oh man, the Sprinter van. I love it. So this is beautiful Mackinaw City. People are getting ready to hit the island. Let's see if we can go out here. And I'm just on this adventure, on a big dream, man, chasing a big vision and a big dream to take my book, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls. Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls. Secret Life of a Hockey Fighter, and make this thing worldwide bestseller. And it's coming. This thing is getting out there and it's blowing people's minds. What's this book about? Fighting my way to the NHL, losing it all, a sexual journey, potent drugs and visions, a spirit quest, my life, a savage effing story. It's the real deal. And it's a very raw and intimate glimpse, a rated R, extreme glimpse at those 4 categories of sex, of drugs, of pucks, and of souls, and a man searching for redemption across those 4 categories. There's the Mackinac Bridge. Can you see it over there, the big green thing? And there's Mackinac Island over there. You can actually see, I don't know if you can, there's the Grand Hotel. Oh, what a spot. We are gonna stay at the Grand Hotel. They have the greatest buffet, lunch buffet there. Classy establishment. You got the ferry coming in here. This is a pretty special spot up here. Yeah, give a comment in the comments below if you've ever been up here or been up to Mackinac Island. This place is awesome. So, man, it just feels good to be on an adventure, you know, with a mission, with a purpose. So I found for me, when I struggle with mental health, it was one, I was blasting crap into my body. So drugs, alcohol, but also, you know, crappy foods, putting in crap foods. So I'm, again, not on a high horse. I'm working on this myself. I want to lose weight. I want to stop eating crap, man. So drugs and alcohol, I kind of have that under control-ish. But the thing that I'm struggling with now is just food addictions, portion control. So should I try and jump to this? Yeah, we're doing it. So I want to put in good stuff into my body, whole foods, natural foods, not processed garbage. And when I do that, you know, last week, 3 days ago, I ate a bunch of crap, man. Went to a movie. I was eating Sour Patch Kids. Got my daughter here with a giant thing of Sour Patch Kids and took in a bunch of candy and pizza and hot dogs from Sam's Club. And I felt like absolute garbage, man. Garbage. So, back on it. Trying to be healthy. Healthy body, healthy mind. Sick body, sick mind. Is that an Operation lyric? Operation Ivy lyrics? Sick body, sick mind. I don't want that anymore. I've been there. I know the fruit that bears. I know the result of that. And I have a different vision for my life. I have a different dream. So, putting good stuff in, get good stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Now, another thing about mental health is just not having a purpose. Well, we all want purpose and identity in our lives, right? So, my advice that I would give myself is how to find your purpose is, well, get all the other things taken care of. Get body, mind, spirit taken care of. And then you're your real self. You're your pure self and natural self. And then you can actually think with clarity of what your mission is. We're all on a mission, okay? Part of depression and anxiety and mental health is thinking you're just alone and you're just an accident and you're just an evolved monkey flying through space. No, you are not. You're created for a purpose. God created you for a purpose. And once you find that purpose, then you have a meaning in your life. Then your life finally makes sense, and then you're on your quest. So I just want you to know that. I know we all have different beliefs, different, faiths and different beliefs and things like that. And whether you believe in a higher power or not, man, once I realized that there was a higher power, and my belief system is in Jesus, knowing that he died for me on that cross and rose from the dead 3 days later and took all my sin, paid for all of it because I had a ton of it. So for me and my belief system, that good news that Jesus did that for me, that gives me so much peace. Who the sun sets free, he's free indeed, as they say. And so now I have a peace where if I'm feeling amazing, I'm going to walk into this locker room tomorrow. I'm going to absolutely crush it at this keynote. I'm going to crush it at this roundtable discussion. And I'm going to be like, yep, that's the power of God right there. But then on a bad day, when I wake up and maybe I've fallen back into addiction or I've fallen back into ill mental health, and I have those days where I don't want to live and I want to die and I hate myself, I hate my life, I hate everyone. The power of God, I say, all right, I'm still gonna lean on you, God. You need to help me through this. So that's either you're high, you're low, it doesn't matter. So that's the freedom that I found in my spirit quest. So when you put those together, the body, mind, and the spirit, then you become an unstoppable force. And that's what I am right now. And so I found my purpose. I was given an idea for a book as I searched for my purpose, Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls. And I want to go out there and impact millions of people with this book. And I have a message that I want to impact millions of people. And so now that makes life worth living. And then when you're living life intentionally, there isn't any room for the lies or mental health issues. And yeah, they might pop up, but man, it's so easy just to push them away because you're like, oh no, I'm on a mission here. I got bigger fish to fry than feeling depressed today. So that's my encouragement to anybody who's struggling through mental health. I'm going to be talking more about mental health because obviously I've been through it and I know a lot of people are, and it's an important topic. So I'm going to kill this camera here. I'm going to finish my walk through town. I'm going to reflect on my life. I'm going to get prayed up. I'm going to get ready for I have about a 6 or 7 hour drive to Orangeville. And then my day starts tomorrow. Friday is a full day. We're doing filming. We're doing interviews. We're doing media. We're speaking. We're doing roundtable. We're watching the game. I'm seeing my bros, the 64s. I'm going to just be there making an impact, making a positive impact and shining my light there. And I feel blessed for that opportunity. Hopefully you're feeling blessed today. Hopefully this talk encouraged you. Just want to encourage you, man. Want to encourage you. Tell you that I love you, man. And I care about you. So as you're going forth on your journey today and on your day today, maybe think about those things. Good stuff in, good stuff out. It seems so simple, right? But oh, the temptations. I'm here in Mackinaw City. I got alcohol temptation. How good would a nice mimosa be right now? Or maybe a Bloody Mary with a venison stick hanging out of there. Temptations. I got the fudge store over here. Mackinaw Island Fudge. You ever have any Mackinaw fudge? It'll change your life, brother. Got fudge, got restaurants, fast food, got all these temptations around me. Got the tobacco store, weed's legal here. I got the weed store. I'd be lying to you if I told you that didn't cross my mind coming up here. But I said, I gotta stick to it. I gotta stick to my mission here. Stick to clean mind, mental health. So maybe that's an encouragement for you out there to stick to it. That's the word of the day. Stick to it. This is your life, man. This is your life you get to live. Let's live it well. Come on. Living it well in Mackinaw City. Bobby Robbins, peacing out here. Give me a follow at Bobby Robbins Pro across all social media. You want to order my book? Go to bobbyrobbins.com. Check it out there. And give a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit that bell notification. We're putting out a message, putting out a frequency, and I'm just glad that you're here for it. God bless you. I hope you have a good day. See ya. Hey, be sure to check out Sex, Drugs, Pucks, and Souls, Secret Life of a Hockey Fighter. I'd love it if you read my story. It is a savage tale indeed. Go to bobbyrobbins.com for more information and to order.